Are we live? Ooh. Are we live, my friends? How we looking? How we looking? I love the people. Let's do this. Oh, we are live! Welcome, and everybody, we are back with a new game on the stream, on the channel today. This is a game I have played forever. I've basically played this game since it came out. This is Plague Incorporated. It has been around for quite some time, well over a decade, and it's still going. They've recently added a bunch of new stuff. They've added stuff all over the years. It used to be just the 7 plague types and you were done. The bacteria, virus, fungus, parasite, and all that. So, yeah. It used to be just like the bacteria, virus, fungus, parasite, prion, nanovirus, and bioweapon. But over the years they have added the necrovirus, which is basically zombies. As you can see with that little picture, the simian flu after Planet of the Apes, and the shadow plague, which is basically vampires, and that's just the official stuff. There's also the cure mode that was added during COVID. They added this mode where you're basically doing the opposite. You're trying to cure the world and save it rather than destroy it. And the same ones apply. Only the specialty viruses are not here, so the necrovirus, the Nirax worm, they've also had the Nirax worm, sorry, I forgot to add that in the first bit. Yeah, any of the specialty diseases, the Nirax worm, necrovirus, simian flu, and shadow plague are not on cure mode. It's only the primary 7, and they've also added a prehistoric Neanderthal virus. I have not played this one yet. And you can also do this, Disease X, and you can actually mess with the stats on this one. Yeah, you can actually... And there's other options too. And there's also official scenarios that the game has, and they've been adding these kind of periodically. You can do board games, fake news, because that's pretty viral, science denial, there's all sorts of stuff. My personal favorite out of this is Santa's Little Helper. You're using the Nirax worm to bring happiness back to a world that is sad and depressing. So, you're kind of doing the opposite. You're kind of doing a Cure Inc. variant. There's the frozen virus here, actually, as well. There's also other crazy diseases like the Nipah virus, the Black Death, the infamous Black Death from the 1300s. So this is a scenario you can play, and there's other, like, societal scenarios where, you know, things like, you know, created equal, poor countries are being helped, global warming, global cooling, a global, just general golden age, pirate plague, where basically ships are not as frequent. There's tons and tons of stuff that we can explore, even smallpox, which is just the only known disease to be completely eradicated from the world. So, yeah, there's lots of stuff that we can play with. Unfortunately, we don't have time to explore them all today. We're kind of going to focus on the main game stuff for now. I'm going to kind of run through all the disease types. The only one we are going to skip is the fungus, because that takes forever to spread, even with the ability characteristics. So we are going to skip this one, because it is extremely tedious to play. And I'm actually otherwise going to play them in the order that they were released, and it's not... The way that they're listed here is not the order they were released in, so I'm gonna play them in the actual release order. Like I said, just skipping the fungus. Hey, Firehawk, how you doing? Sorry, I was kind of giving a little speech on the plot synopsis background of Plague Inc. Kind of want to just give a background. And so, the cool thing with this game is you've got your different genetic characteristics, and you can change these around between your games. I have slight differences with most of the disease types. But there are a few general ones that I tend to follow. Like metabolic hijack is my favorite in this category, because it pops those orange and red bubbles for you and gives you the DNA. Because otherwise you have to click them all individually, and if you've got stuff going off constantly, that's kind of a pain. Yeah, it's kind of a pain to keep up with it, really. So that's why I've opted to kind of just have a general pattern and just pick this one. And then these are all, and so those are the DNA related traits. Those are those influence your DNA. You can get bonus DNA, more DNA from orange, red, or blue, or you can just have them all get popped. Then these are the mutation genes. Increase plague mutation chance, decrease it. Plague is harder to cure. That's the one I usually pick. I don't always pick native biome. I usually pick arrow site here, actually, so I'm going to change it. But this basically is how increasing the chance that your plague spreads by either air, or either land, air, sea, or across closed land borders. Or you can increase infectivity in your starting country. But that's only your starting country, though. And then you've got your environment genes, so your disease can either struggle or do better in certain environments. It's like arid, humid, rural, or urban, or you can have a minor bonus in all of them. That's what I usually pick. And evolution-related genes. There's not a whole lot with this one. Constant evolve don't increase. The ones that do something but make the disease easier to cure, I would never pick those because then the cure research just shoots through the roof. So for showcasing purposes, we're gonna play on normal difficulty, just to simplify it. And I typically will start in Saudi Arabia because that country tends to be the easiest because it has an airport and a seaport. And I'm also gonna turn off auto pause so then it keeps running. So generally what I would recommend for Plague Inc. is to infect the entire world before you become symptomatic, because you can stay under the radar the entire time if you do not have symptoms on. And then there's different stuff that can happen, like tsunamis, natural disasters, that will cause people to die, but that's not something that you have any control over. That's just random. And it doesn't impact you, like your disease detection, because it has nothing to do with it. And you know, the whole thing with Brexit. And there's other weird stuff too that we can look at, but... And all the disease types have some unique characteristic, and that's usually under the abilities tab. So for the bacteria, it has a bacterial shell to protect against all climates. However, if you start in an arid or warm country, I would recommend getting cold 1 as well. And if you start in a colder country, I would recommend getting heat resistance, because otherwise you will struggle to spread considerably. And I will pause the game for a second here. So if you guys look down here in the middle, the lower middle area, you might see 4 hexagon shapes. This illustrates whether a country is considered rich or poor, or neither, in this case with Saudi Arabia because it's blank. Let me find another example. If it's urban or rural, or neither, because some countries kind of have a mix. So that would be the second symbol, whether it is arid in Saudi Arabia, or like humid in Brazil, and whether it is hot or cold. Well, there we go, we got somebody with all of them. So those are all the influences with the genes and the transmission characteristics. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that part. And then there's also your transmissions. This is what helps you obviously move around. So I usually evolve air and water resist transmission right away. That's probably what I should have done, but that's normally what I would do. But as soon as I get the DNA to do it, obviously it will cost you DNA to do this. And like that one thing said, yeah, see, now we're spreading like crazy. Yeah, air and water are by far the two that I would strongly recommend for anyone, for any disease type, because everybody has to breathe and everybody has to drink water. So a lot of these other disease types become, or not disease types, these transmissions become more specific to certain areas. Either hot, cold, poor. Oh, and you definitely don't want to deal with that. Actually, I should probably turn the auto thing off. or the autopause on, because you can actually stop the world before they detect you if you do that. So that's the smarter option. So I'm gonna remedy that. Oh, and like I was talking about with the cold and like the resistance and stuff, you'll also want to get drug resistance at least at level 1, because otherwise you're gonna really struggle in wealthier countries to spread. So places that are tagged with a $, like America, Canada, the UK, and all the Nordic countries. Yeah, it should pick up a little bit once I can get the other air and water characteristics. I normally don't go for the abilities tab right away until I have both of those at level 2, but we're kind of dealing with the fallout a bit. It's alright though. Yeah, and the bacteria is a very generic disease type. It's the most common cause of a worldwide plague, as it says in the description in the main menu. There are tons and tons of bacterial plagues throughout human history. When I was running over the scenarios, one of them, obviously, is the Black Death, probably one of the most notorious. Alright, so that's done. Yeah, so at this point, we're kind of just waiting for the entire world to become infected. Kind of taking a under-the-radar approach. This approach will not work as well on Mega Brutal because they will do random medical checkups and blood testing, so you will get found before the entire world is infected, even if you have no symptoms at all, so you need to spread very, very quickly. Oh, insomnia. You can just double-click to devolve. Most disease types you'll get, and difficulties, you'll get a refund for devolving traits that mutate, but in the case of the virus that we will get to next, it costs you to devolve. And the virus is very difficult to control because of the extremely high mutation rate, so... But yeah, as you can see, America's getting infected pretty quickly because we've got drug resistance. Canada's taking a while because it's cold. The cold countries always take a while. If it's taking too long and you don't feel like waiting too much, you can evolve cold resistance level 2 and bolster your cold spread rate, but for the sake of time we're gonna do it because I also need to get off a little bit earlier than normal today because I have to finish the fun facts videos. I got them all recorded last night and I got the background footage, I just have to put them together and get them uploaded for you guys. I've got less than 24 hours to do it because my parents are picking me up at about this time tomorrow morning. So I've got literally right about 24 hours to finish and get those uploaded, but thankfully they're easy. It's just a cut and paste. It's just some daily entertainment while I'm on vacation. And the game will tell you when the entire world is infected. Otherwise, you can look down here and see that that bar is full. So once that happens, what I like to do is spam going down the coughing tree, heading to the right, because then that gets you to total organ failure, which obviously is extremely lethal. And then you go for fever, skin lesions, and necrosis, because that'll increase your lethality as well. And you will get more DNA as people die. Hey. Yo, Hez! What is up, my dude? Welcome to the party. And countries will react to you if you have symptoms to try and limit the spread of the disease. But if you take the approach of staying under the radar, you don't have to worry about it. You can honestly let your disease mutate freely at this point. And then another one that I like to get is hemorrhagic shock. That's basically extreme internal bleeding. And then as DNA allows, go down this side and go for dysentery, which is an extreme digestive symptom. But as you can see, we're killing everybody off pretty quickly. And then of course the world will try to cure you, but you know, with what's going on, with how fast we are killing everyone, it doesn't really matter. And as you can see down here, Ashland executes infected people. Well, everyone is infected, so I'm sorry. And then there you go. So that's the bacteria. Like I said, very simple. And then, so the virus is a little bit different. So what I'm gonna do, actually, is swap genetic mimic with creationist, because the virus mutates pretty frequently, and I would like to control a little bit more when it mutates. I'm gonna swap around a couple things. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get the creationist trait versus genetic mimic, because I wanna, like I said, I wanna control when it mutates, at least a little bit. Yeah, so that's the virus characteristic. So we're gonna go ahead and play through a run. We're gonna do the same thing that we just did. Yeah, it mutates rapidly, and it costs DNA to devolve. And the game will tell you when you're playing other disease types if there's a specific characteristic you need to be aware of. Well, it looks like I need to get water transmission first, because the ships are using advanced cleaning techniques. No thank you. Yeah, otherwise you will not be able to spread on boats if you do not evolve water transmissions. So. Oh, we still need one more point. There we go. Then we can start spreading on planes. Better. Yep, and there's nausea. We're already getting mutation. I'm hoping that I can spread at least a considerable bit before too much happens. Okay, I need 16 and 18. I've kind of memorized some of the numbers for how much certain stuff costs. It's kind of sad, but because of how much I've played this game, I've memorized certain things. Wonder if there's mods for this. There's stuff like the T-virus from Resident Evil, or the Haran virus from Dying Light. Some people have created some very interesting things, I've seen, like, the alien xenomorphs from the Alien movies. Some people have really gotten creative. We could do a search. There is a community tab that has community-made disease types. Some people have gotten very creative with it. I have seen some interesting stuff. There's even like a Cthulhu. There's a Cthulhu cult one that I have to find again. I have it on my iPad, but I have to find it on my computer. But yeah, there's some cool stuff that I have seen. Eventually I will just let it keep mutating, but I'm not ready to do that yet because my DNA stockpile is not that high. And I want to get more of the world infected first, so... And there's also traits in here to increase your mutation rate, but I'm not going to get those until a little bit later. Yeah, he's gonna keep mutating, and it's gonna increase in cost every time. Hopefully I'll get everybody in green flu community made. The virus from leopard did too. Probably, yeah. You could probably search it and find it, I imagine. Well, it's mutating pretty quick. Yeah, I want to at least be able to get to total organ failure. Cold country's getting colder. Yeah, I may just have to suck it up at this point. And sometimes with the virus, you kind of have to suck it up and just do it with the infection and, you know, risk and get detected, but once you've infected most of the world, you can kind of get away with it because they'll only consider you a mild disease and you still have time to get more people infected, but it definitely, make sure you're gonna try and get cold level 2. Because the cure research is slow at first, when you are first discovered, especially if you are only, like, a more mild disease, so... And China's leading the cure effort. And it will pick a random country that does this, it's not always a rich country. Yeah, you definitely want to be careful at this point. And you can also check what countries are infected by... Sweden is the only country that is considered healthy. Oh, looks like Sweden just got infected. Alright. Yeah, the cure rate is gonna pick up considerably. Hoping to get Canada infected. Actually, I'll go ahead and increase my mutation rate, and there's 3 levels of this, much like there is with... Yeah, see if I can use the symptoms to my advantage to... Yeah, for the virus in particular, it's tricky. It is harder. It's slightly more difficult to play, but not by like a considerable amount. And you can also mutate certain abilities that make your disease more difficult to cure. And you know, everyone's pretty much infected at this point, so you can kind of go wherever with it.
337 for Bravo Fox Papa.
Yeah, we may end up getting cured here, but like I said, the virus is difficult. It's not the most difficult. I would argue that's probably the fungus, purely for transmission reasons, but... Oh, come on, I need multi-organ failure. And eventually you will stop getting DNA from people dying. And as more of the world dies, obviously cure research will slow down because there's not as many people to do research. And then there's symptom combos that can happen. I kind of flashed through that one. That one was projectile vomiting, so if you have coughing and vomiting, you get that one. The oops symptom combo, sneezing and diarrhea are causing unwanted accidents, lowering productivity. Yeah, so the virus is a little bit tricky. So like I said, we will skip over the fungus, and we're gonna go to the parasite. This one is hidden. This one is a little bit more hidey. This one can hide more easily, and it's more difficult to detect. So you can decrease it even more, the ability for the world to detect you. And there's special abilities with that as well. Yeah, it gets the player DNA points by infecting people. That's the unique special for the parasite. Yeah, once we get into the specialty plague types, we're gonna be having some fun. That's where things are gonna have a monkey wrench thrown in, because those have particularly unique characteristics and playstyles. We're kind of just running through the basics right now. Because Special Infected was gonna be like 10 meters tall? Really? Dang, that's crazy. That's wild. But yeah, once we get the transmission traits, we'll go ahead and more in tune with the host, making it less likely to be noticed. And as you'll notice, the severity is going to go down. You start with some infectivity and severity right at the start, but you can influence that. Yeah, and this one the parasite will fuse with the host DNA. Don't have time, so you can handle it. Don't have time to add it. It could be either, honestly. But yeah, this is why I picked Saudi Arabia, is because it spreads really easy. Then it infiltrates the brain. And then it also increases your infectivity with the parasite if you unlock. So this one's one of the easier ones. Much like the bacteria. The bacteria and the parasite are pretty simple. They're pretty easy to play. Yeah, I will go ahead and get both cold traits just to pick up the pace. And I'll get the first drug resistance, and then we'll just wait for the end. The designs for the cut special infected are nightmare fuel? Really? Yeah. It's crazy. Anti-parasitics. Nope. We definitely don't want that yet. Let's get the world infected first. Yeah, I've learned to play Plague Inc. on stream for a long time, but I didn't realize there was a Steam version until like a month or two ago. I was like, damn, okay. And of course it takes like 24 hours or something to get all the traits. Not 24 hours, but definitely a lot. Probably took like 18 or 20 hours, but... Because I just checked my Steam, how long I've been playing the game for, and yeah, it's been like 20 hours or something. It was probably more like 18, because I've been spending time trying to beat Mega Brutal with the Shadow Plague, but it's kind of a pain. Got special infected by invading Left 4 Dead 3. If Valve didn't cancel it, yeah. Yeah, Left 4 Dead I still have to get to. There's tons of stuff I still have to get to. Yeah, I've had Ultra Kill suggested to me by multiple people at this point. Like, there's just too much stuff. Yeah, I could probably leave it alone. Because we almost got the entire world infected at this point. And you can watch your mutation occurrences, and you can kind of decide on the fly if it's worth devolving it or not. Like, if you're at this point where pretty much everybody's infected, or almost everybody's infected, you can probably leave it alone. Especially if you haven't already been detected. They still have not detected me, even though 7 billion people are coughing. Okay, well then, alright. If you're not gonna detect me, you're not gonna detect me, I guess. I think Canada is the only country that's not completely infected yet. Most games Valve work on tend to get canceled, like there are 30 more cut games. Holy crap! That's a lot, actually. Right, there's no healthy people left. Let's just unleash Armageddon. Let's just unleash Armageddon on the world. Oh yeah, and there are also some traits that if you evolve them, if scientists increase your understanding of something, that'll increase cure research speed. So I just went ahead and devolved the fever so that they don't get a bonus on me. Because otherwise they would have a cure bonus. We get stuck in a project, they'll probably see another bright shiny object. Think that instead cancel the former? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Oh, but extra stuff, you work whatever you want. Worry about money because of Steam. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. Alright, so that's the parasite. That one can be sneaky. The Prion can be a little bit tricky. It's a little bit more sluggish, but it's not as slow as the fungus. Yeah, it's much harder to notice and cure, though, so that's also your bonus. That's your trade-off. And it takes longer to react to newly evolved things. But that's not generally an issue, the latter. Rich countries are already less vulnerable to disease. Guess I really gotta get... I may have to get disease resistance or drugs level 2. I normally don't need to, at least on the lower difficulties, but... the Valve was managed differently. We would have had a lot of 3s of things, I would imagine, has. A lot of 3s. Half-Life 3, Team Fortress 3, maybe. What other 3s could we have had? Once we get our basic transmissions, we'll go ahead and get the specialty. And then the, new single-player IP? Maybe. And then, with the Prion, you have a, complex tasks become harder series, which includes the cure research, so you can actually slow down cure research considerably with that specialized characteristic. And this does not affect your, and this does not affect how well people can detect you either, so this is completely under the radar. Yeah, we don't have mutation yet. Oh, I can get the last one. Nice. The way they manage is a blessing and a curse. Since they don't have to make Solve sequel after Solve sequel to keep management happy. Yeah, that's true. That is true, Haz. You have a point. Yeah, you do have a perfectly valid point there. Yeah, making sequels that aren't that good, honestly, is what kills a lot of games. It's like... ugh. Yeah, let's just go get drugs level 2. Or, like, treatments, I guess, in the case of the Prion, but... then go for cold level 2. It's spreading really easily, but okay, I kind of needed the support. Just so I shouldn't make us wait almost 20 years for a new game. Yeah, I definitely can agree with that. And that's the same with a lot of devs, like, not just Valve, but like many others that have great games, and people are like, well, when's the sequel coming? You know, like the devs announce a sequel of some kind, fill in the blank. And it's just like, well, where is it? So, yeah, it's not just Valve that's guilty of that. I have seen others. Yeah, I'm not gonna have as much disease. I'm not gonna have as much DNA, but hopefully with the people that will start dying quickly, that won't be an issue. Yeah, because everybody's infected. Yeah, I'll just let it run at this point. Take the free trait. Alright, yeah, there's no healthy people left. Bethesda's guilty of that. The Elder Scrolls 6 announcement was almost 10 years ago. They've been radio silent since. Yeah. I hope I can get some good mutations so then I can start killing people faster. Yeah, not enough people are dying, really. And I don't have enough DNA to unlock that characteristic either. I may have to devolve my transmission characteristics just to get enough DNA. And you can do that at this point, like it really doesn't matter. Like once you've infected everybody, it really doesn't matter that much, but... Now I'm starting to get the extra DNA. Hopefully it's not too late. I can slow it down enough. Whew! Looks like I may have saved myself. Yeah, 90%. Ouch. 91. Yeah, who's not dead yet? Oh. Alright, that was the Prion. The nanovirus is tricky. Because you immediately start in a cure phase. Because you're an artificial virus that was accidentally released. You escaped from a laboratory. They're broadcasting a kill code to cure you. So you immediately start in a cure phase. And then you can immediately, I would actually recommend immediately going into the abilities tab so then you can start upgrading these characteristics to slow them down. And honestly, symptoms really don't matter. So if you start getting symptom mutations, I wouldn't worry about it too much, because you're already in, like, they're already completely focused on you, so you might as well just get it going right away. As far as your symptom tree development. Yeah, this is one of the very unique original plague types. Because of that immediate start in the cure phase. Yeah, so I'm not gonna worry about symptoms all that much. That also makes you more complex and more difficult to cure because, you know, you've got stuff going on. Yeah, so I'm just gonna let my DNA ramp up a little bit here. Yeah, I'm not sure how to get this part to unlock, but I'm pretty sure there's something here.
Flight 291 is now boarding. All passengers, please proceed to gate 4.
And there's a chance that your genes could be manipulated. That honestly happens more often than not, and that's annoying, so... Oh, there we go. Yeah, you have to get drugs level 2. Yeah, I couldn't exactly remember. Come on, I need Greenland to get infected. If Greenland doesn't get infected, I'll have to reset, but... Yeah, Greenland is always tricky to infect because there's only like 1 or 2 countries that send ships there, and they don't even do it that frequently. So I'm hoping that... There we go. Then so I'll get this characteristic to increase the infectivity and try to get them... Yeah, it increases infectivity for a short time. So I'm hoping between my characteristics I can get Greenland infected before too many people die. I'll go ahead and get, because then I can get necrosis and then start going down towards some organ failure. Yeah, because I've evolved all those other traits early, I've thankfully reduced my susceptibility to the cure broadcast. There we go. And we are done. Yeah, that one you have to play fast and furious. Now, definitely recommend maxing out that abilities tree even before you get transmissions, because otherwise you're eliminated, so... And the bioweapon is kind of tricky, because it starts with lethality, like, just at a baseline, and it slowly increases over time, and you will eventually get detected just by people dying. So we need to transmit a lot quicker. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get the last upgrade between air and water transmission, because there's a bonus if you evolve both of those to level 2. Yep, as you can see, the lethality is already starting to slowly build. You can influence that with the abilities tab, but I gotta get my infectivity up first. Yeah, thankfully the death rate is pretty low at first. So you do have time, but you definitely need to hit the ground running with this one as well. Not as much as the nanovirus. The nanovirus, you actually have to hit the ground running. That one's particularly important. And I specifically have increased mutation rates so that I can get more refunded DNA points for this one because of how much trickier it is to play compared to most of the other standard disease types. So this one is the Extreme Bioaerosol. This one increases your infectivity even more on humid and arid plain ship, but it also just is a general boost. Yeah, minor disease spreading. Yeah, I may not even have time to get this upgrade. I may have to start... Yeah, going down here. Yeah, I gotta cut my lethality down. Yeah, thankfully they haven't noticed me too much yet, so I have a little bit of time to keep spreading. Yeah, the lethality is already starting to regenerate. Yeah, so I need to pick up the pace, and I need to do it very quickly. The unique characteristic with the bioweapon, though, is once you get all of those other sleeper traits upgraded, there is a specialized Armageddon on the world trait that maxes out your lethality, and you don't need any symptoms at all to kill the world. It's just an instant maxed out lethality. So I'm actually just gonna get geared up for it. Yep, Armageddon on the world. Your lethality goes to the maximum, regardless of where it is. So now we can just focus on transmission, as long as I can maintain at least 22 DNA points. Yeah, I've got to get the spreading and the cold up. Come on, I need an infected ship to go to Greenland. Alright, come on, Greenland, you gotta get infected. Thankfully I've got cold level 2, so hopefully it won't take too long. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade actually, because I've got enough DNA to maintain this. Yeah, I don't want to use my DNA. Experimental cure lethal. Well, that's good. Although it's picking up the pace. Phew! There we go. Yeah, it was close. It's looking like a touch and go there. Alright, well we've gotten through the main ones. Now we can start goofing off with the specialty ones that they've been adding throughout the years. Maybe if there's time, we will go into cure mode and try to do the opposite. So the first one that they added is called the Nirax worm. This one does not have any unique genetic traits, only starting with the Necrovirus, will they? But generally the same. Yeah. And as you might notice, the music is different as well. The specialty disease types have their own unique OST. Yeah, this one is tricky because your severity often gets you noticed. Because everything you evolve increases your severity. But the Nirax worm has a special ability called the Trojan Plane. And you can use those to get to countries that are difficult to infect, such as Greenland. And you can increase the frequency of these Trojan planes, and you can either have increased destructive and aggressive behavior, or just increase your infectivity in those target countries. So this is honestly your best way to spread, is using the Trojan planes. Because you can send them all over the place. It is random when they appear, but they are very useful for infecting countries like most island countries that are difficult to infect otherwise. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade the transmission right away with the Trojan planes. So then I can quickly get the world infected and subjugated. Because the Nirax worm is a mind control plague type. There's a couple of these, the Shadow Plague being the other one. The other main one. But the Shadow Plague does it differently, a little bit. And yeah, like with the island countries, with the ships, but you can completely bypass that with the Trojan planes. Yeah, the Trojan planes let you bypass a lot of those infectivity problems. Yeah, at least now we have the ability to start seeing the Trojan planes. It may take a while before they start generating, because there does have to be enough people as well. Yep, and there's our first Trojan plane. And you can send these anywhere, even if a country does not have an airport. So it's very convenient. Yeah, you can send those literally anywhere. Titanfall 2 cult. Yeah, I named it the Titanfall 2 cult because... just another parasite. Yeah, I'm trying to get my DNA up because I want to evolve the Transcendence characteristic, which basically enslaves humanity to you. And makes them, like, you are their master, basically. So I hope they can get enough DNA to get to that trait before they have too much cure research. Actually, I can get another Trojan plane. I can send them over there. Send them to Japan. What? You literally immediately... lame. Alright, what else? Who else needs to get infected? And the planes can travel from anywhere to anywhere, so regardless of where they are, you can send them to any country. You can send one from Canada to New Zealand if you want, so it's literally the polar opposite corners of the map. Oh, looks like my is picking up. Yeah, I think I'll try to start maybe around the 10% mark, yeah. Yeah, because you... Oh, sprain, dystonia, increased control. You can kind of just go up this tree. Yeah, so I don't quite have enough DNA to do this yet. I need 44 to unlock it. Yeah, but that basically enslaves people to you indefinitely. There we go. And then the rest we can dedicate to infectivity. Hopefully, we can catch enough of the world. Because as people become loyal to you, you know, obviously your transmission, or the cure research is going to slow down. Yeah, we're gonna have to restart. Yeah, the Neurax worm can be difficult sometimes. Sometimes it can be slightly more difficult than the others. Yeah, I think what I'll do is, instead of getting the cold traits, go for the transmissions. Get my spread up. Because I think that was part of the problem, is because I was not infecting a whole lot of people. So I think I'll slightly change my strategy for this attempt. Yeah, get the first land and air and water upgrades. Let's go for that approach. Yeah, you do gotta play, yeah, because with the Trojan Plains, I don't need the cold resistance as much. Because the Trojan Plains will take care of it for me. Especially if I keep sending them to the same place. Yes, let's go for air and water, so I can get spread more easily. I might get noticed a little bit sooner, but if I can get transmitted and get all the countries infected, then maybe I can go for transcendence a little bit quicker as well and slow down the cure. So it's a bit of a trade-off sometimes with some of the disease types. Oh, here we go. Yep, now we've got the planes. Yep, there's our first Trojan. Maybe I'll get cold level 1. I probably don't need level 2. Just so that I can spread a little bit. Okay, what other, you gotta kind of hover over it sometimes in a weird spot. Try to get Greenland infected. Yeah, see how much of the world I can get infected before too much of the cure is done. Yeah, the more rich countries I can get infected, the better, because they can contribute the most money to curing you. So if I can shut down the rich countries... Oh my goodness. Well, I will get some more transmission then. And I'll also get a couple of these because then that'll slow them down a little bit more. Let's see if I can infect Germany. Alright, I think I gotta go for Transcendence. I should have enough DNA? Yeah, got enough DNA. Let's try to increase my infectivity a little bit more. There we go. See if this works. Greenland executing infected people. They pretty much executed everyone that has it. Well, Greenland, you're gonna eat it, so... Let's make it harder for you people to cure me. Even harder than it already is, because... Oh, Sweden's not infected yet. Well, we can remedy that. There we go. This is more like it. This is how it normally should go, chat. Well, Iceland's not completely infected yet, but they're the only country that can probably still do research. Well, they're not going to be able to cure it in time, so... We have all been subjugated. We are now members of the Titanfall cult. Alright, so that's the Nirax worm. Now on to my personal favorite disease type in this entire game. The Necrovirus! So, zombies, basically. And I changed out the mutation trait from genetic mimic to creationist because this disease type has a horrible tendency to mutate before you are ready. And that impacts things. I love the somber music of this one too. Oh, I need 9 to start off, okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the zombies are fun to play with. I've beaten this one on Mega Brutal in the past. It's difficult, but, you You know, if you got strong enough hordes of zombies, you can take down anything. And I love the slight heartbeat in the music, actually. Or it sounds like one. It's like a steady beat. It's very somber. I love it. Yeah, your transmissions are a little bit different with the Necrovirus compared to most of the others. It's mostly centered around blood and air. There's no direct waterborne transmission. At least not for a while, but you don't really need it. Like, if you evolve the saliva traits, you can kind of get to water, but you really don't need it, though. And you mostly don't need anything in the abilities tree either, because, you know, the zombies will take care of the infecting of everybody for you. Especially the island countries, because you can move your zombies around. You can order them to move to other countries. I'm just hoping to get my DNA up before the first mutation happens. Yeah, because this disease tends to mutate very, very early compared to most other disease types. Maybe second only to the virus, like the normal virus, that is, like the baseline. So that's why I put Creationist on there, so to hopefully decrease the likelihood of the first mutation happening until a little bit later. You could put Darwinist on there if you're feeling bold, but I wouldn't do that with the Necrovirus, though. Alright, yeah, we're starting to ramp up a little bit. The problem with this disease mutating early is that you may not be able to reach the zombie trait, like the trait that turns people into zombies, before the first mutation happens. Like, you may not have enough DNA built up, if that makes any sense. Otherwise, this disease type is relatively easy to play, because you can move the zombies around, and that can help with your infectivity problem that you face, because you don't have as much access to transmissibility. I mean, we're doing pretty well. We've actually infected a good chunk of the world. I may even go and trigger it myself. If you've got enough DNA, you might as well trigger it yourself. You know, I think we got enough. Let's do it. Yeah, so you want to get to this trait here, because that's when the zombies can start spawning. And then evolve those first two characteristics right away. But then you can go over here to the Abilities tab, and now you can see we've got other stuff, and we can move our zombies around. And I would recommend getting your zombie horde size upgraded, because that's how you're going to take down the world's defense against you, which we will get introduced to shortly. I'm turning people into zombies. Yeah, zombie horde size. Yep, then there's ZCOM. Defend humanity from the dead. And then, of course, zombies destroying places will get you more DNA points as well. But they're curing me pretty quickly here. I need to hurry up. Yeah, and you also want to increase your zombies' combat strength so then they are better able to fight back against the human defenders. You can just overwhelm them with a bunch of zombies. Yeah, 3 million zombies. Just totally... Oh, and they're killing them all. They're actually curing me a lot faster than I would have expected them to. Let's see if I can remedy that a little bit. Try to set them back. Oh, there's only one zombie? There goes. And the same general rules apply about, you know, getting everybody infected to slow down the cure. That's generally the... Let's watch America. Yep, Z-Com destroyed in Norway. 7 million zombies have suddenly gone to America. Let's send more zombies! Oh, they killed them all already? 5 million zombies. Why aren't... Yeah, and if you don't take care of your zombies, they will starve and die. Wow, they are just completely... Huh, this is... Oh, blood in the air! Oh, jeez. Yeah, this one went quick. I may have to reset this one. I thought that one was gonna go better. Yeah, because I had like all the DNA, I had most of the world infected. Hello, Nova. Hey, Admiral, welcome in. Sorry if I missed you.
Flight 291 is now
Hi.
all passengers
Christoph, hi.
to gate 4.
Take care of your zombies. Is it since I didn't expect to hear today? Yeah, you do have to take care of them, otherwise they will not be able to kill anything. If you don't upgrade them enough, they won't be strong enough to take people on. And that can cause problems. I guess I gotta infect a little bit more of the world before I start turning everyone into zombies. Yeah, I thought I had enough DNA banked up and everything to take care of that issue, but I guess I gotta go for severity first. You know, maybe get the first couple of traits. Yeah, I love this OST. It's absolutely sick. But yeah, this is probably my favorite disease type, Admiral, because zombies. Who doesn't love a good zombie movie, zombie action in video games? Like, who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love zombies? We all love our zombies. Yeah, I will admit, I usually go for severity first. I kind of fucked up on that respect, so I'm gonna take my normal approach this time and get my severity up first. Obviously get the first couple of movement traits so then I can move them around, but... Because obviously you want to be able to move them around still. And you'll be able to upgrade the horde size later, because you'll be destroying countries, you'll be getting DNA so you can shuffle your zombies around, so... Yeah, so I kind of messed that up. That's my bad.
Flight 291 is now boarding. All passengers, please proceed to gate 4.
Yeah, we're looking a little bit better than last time. We're starting to roll. And of course, ZCOM that we were introduced to in the last attempt, you know, defend humanity from the dead. But if you've got enough severity and enough horde size, you can take any ZCOM base down, regardless of how defended they are. Yeah, maybe we'll see if we can get Africa completely infected, and then we'll start, because Africa is kind of in the middle of the world. Even though you can only move your zombies one country at a time, you have a decent range. So let's see if we can get these guys infected, and then we'll go ahead and start turning people into zombies. Yeah, it's mostly the north that I have to deal with, but I can move my zombies there to take care of the cold. The cold countries. Maybe let's let the Caribbean get infected. Alright, let's go for it. How is India leading the global cure effort when they are completely infected? I guess because I have to kill them off, but... Yep, there's a ZCOM project. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get the basic ones. Yeah, and this is where countries are going to start getting destroyed. Wow, they are curing these surprisingly fast. I don't normally see it go this fast. This is unusual. Oh, here we go. Hey there. Yo, Caleb, what is up, my dude? Welcome to the party. We are playing with zombies today, at least in this instance. you're just immediately killing them all. $18 million zombies! And they're still killing them all. How are they not completely overwhelmed at this point? Normally this is not an issue. Geographies and countries did it! Is minimal? I normally don't have this problem. What is going on? I guess they need to bank up a little more DNA. Take 3, Chad, I guess. Yeah, it's like normally, like, even if I'm not playing with creationists to decrease the mutation chance. Huh. Normally I can play this one really well, so I'm not sure what's going on today. I guess I gotta wait a little bit longer. Or maybe I do gotta evolve one of the cold things, so then I can start infecting the colder countries. I have to think on my feet a little bit here, chat. I gotta think about this. How have I been able to do this? That's kind of what I'm digging into my head to try and figure out. Because normally the necrovirus is one of the easier ones to play, aside from that mutation chance, but that can kind of mess you up a little, but... Thinking, Chad. I'm trying to think back. How do I normally play this? How did I beat this before? I'm trying to think of what my strategy was. Oh. Sometimes I click a little early. Ah! There we go. Yeah, that's all we can do for the transmissions area. Nothing much, usual stuff. Thanks for asking. What about you? There's been a lot going on, Caleb. Lots of stuff. I don't know if you saw my updates on competing in the Mock March tournament for Titanfall 2, but I am competing in that. There's kind of been a bit of a shake-up recently because I'm going on vacation starting tomorrow. So I'm mildly concerned. I was really concerned that I was not going to be able to continue. They were about to DQ me, possibly, because of the extended absence. But I was able to link up. They designed the brackets at this point, so I was able to find out who my first opponent is. So I was able to connect with that person, so we're going to compete tomorrow morning for the losers bracket, aka the simulacrum bracket. So thankfully I'm still able to get in for a little bit. I plan on playing until I get eliminated, and then I'm gonna make a compilation of all of my matchups. At least from my point of view. I've been recording all of my matches so that I can make a little thing. Change with the thing, no way. Yeah, you're in losers. Yeah, so how it worked was, so the first half of March, which is where we are now, they divided everyone into groups, mostly groups of 4. There is one group of 3, because we had an odd number. The groups aren't always the same size, it kind of depends on how many people entered. And then everybody plays everybody in the group in a round-robin format, 3 maps back-to-back. And the winner of each map earns 1 point, and pending the scores of all players at the end of that stage, you either go to the finals bracket or the simulacrum bracket. If you scored higher, you go to the finals. If you scored lower, you go to simulacrum. It's more commonly known as the loser's bracket, but from what I've heard and seen, they treat people the same regardless of what bracket they fall into. The simulacrum bracket was designed to give the people knocked out at group stage another chance to play. And there's a separate bracket for that, so, and, setup and everything, so, fighting against the same one. Yeah. So yeah, the finals bracket is a double elimination, the simulacrum bracket is a single. For some reason, they said that they find it harder to progress the simulacrum bracket, probably because, people don't want to be in the loser's bracket. Honestly, I didn't care that much, but... Alright, my DNA's banking up pretty good. I'm starting to infect the colder nations. It's not going very well, but... I am getting Australia totally infected, though. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, then I'm gonna be on vacation for a week, and I've got fun facts videos that are gonna go out every day while I'm away. I recorded them and I have the background footage. I just have to kind of do a cut and paste format and get them uploaded. Now, it looks like New Zealand... Oh, they're not totally infected yet. The Caribbean's totally infected. Alright, let's try now. Yeah, let's get a little bit more. Can't watch 10 Pokemon videos of those that get spoiled? Oh. Do you want to play it yourself, or...? Because if so, I would strongly recommend it. If nothing else, for the story. Because the story's really good in Titanfall 2.
337 for Bravo Fox, Papa.
ZCOM is in Ukraine. This is the farthest they can go. There we go. This is how it normally goes off. Yeah, this is how it normally should explode. This is how it normally happens. Yeah, 6 million. Yeah, more than likely you'll have to send more than one horde of zombies into the area to knock them down. But there's more than enough zombies in the world to do that, so... Yeah, blood in the air. Let's go send a bunch of zombies to Greenland. Yeah, Zcom destroyed in Canada. Yeah, I'm probably going to send multiple groups of zombies to Poland. 100,000 zombies to Greenland. Yeah, I'm going to have to send more zombies. Yeah, just send all the zombies. Poor Greenland watching in horror! Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get all the zombies in there so then the... Wow, they're still killing them off. These guys are tough. Yeah, and the severity is pretty high, so damn, they're just totally killing them off. No, you're just being bullshit. Alright, we're gonna move on to the next disease type. This is... Yeah, this is bizarre. Like, normally the necrovirus, once you get to that point, is just a total destruction. Well, let's see if I can actually get it to work. This is only on normal difficulty. Yeah, it's not even the cure that was bugging me that time. It was the... Because normally when you send all your zombies in there, they're just totally... There's gotta be something I'm missing. I'm trying to dig into my head and think. What is it that I normally do? But I don't feel like I'm doing anything differently. I'm trying to think, chat. What am I doing wrong that I haven't done in the past? I'm stubborn. I'm gonna kill the world with zombies, even if it takes a while. I am going to figure it out. Because I am very stubborn, and I don't give up easily. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things, hoping to try it myself blind. Oh yeah, no, Titanfall, like, I strongly recommend it for the story. Yeah, don't spoil yourself with it. It's... yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff in there. Maybe I do need to get cold. I'll just get the first one. The round robin format is used for every bracket. Actually, no. So I guess while I'm waiting for the necrovirus to spread. So how the round robin format is only for group stage. That's just to get everyone placed into the brackets. At bracket stage, they set up, like, you know, in a bracket system, and you can see who your opponent is, and then you face off against them. The simulacrum bracket is a best of 5. So whoever wins that third match is the winner. In the finals bracket, it starts as best of 5, and then it goes to winners/losers, best of 7, and then grand finals, best of 9. So for the finals bracket, it's a tiered system. Round robins decide the placements. Yes, that is correct, Caleb. The round robin format just decides placement. That's all it does. For this tournament. It just decides what bracket you go into. What was tickling me? But yeah, I'm all packed up for vacation. I'm just gonna be charging electronics and making sure everything's ready. Yeah, I'm gonna get my laptop, after it turns to one-on-one. Yes, that is correct. That is also correct. And then now in bracket stage, this is when people start to get eliminated. So if you lose in your best of 5, 7, or 9 matches, you are eliminated until next year. So yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be facing off. Yeah, if I win, I start to move up. Oh, there's hypersalivation. Versus 7. How fast are these? What difficulty? It is always played on standard difficulty. Yeah, these are speedruns. These are individual level speedruns, and there is a specific pool that players pick from. Because there are some levels that are outlawed and cannot be played, either because they're a bunch of cutscenes, they're auto-scrollers, or whatever else. Or they require or they have a particularly high skill ceiling. Wow, they are curing me incredibly fast. It's either they cure me really fast, or This is one level for a bracket. No, it is, there's a pool, like I mentioned, that players pick from. So the pool, the way it starts is hold on, sorry. Damn it, I don't have enough DNA for that. Yeah, the cure's almost done. Yeah, I'll get back to you in a sec, Caleb, sorry. I think I might be on to victory. On the cusp of it, literally, because I'm at 95% cured. There we go, finally. There's nothing left. Alright, so I will just real quick set up here with the simian flu. Alright, so the pool, I'll actually pull up the tournament information so then I can make sure that it's accurate. We have to go to the top. Oh my goodness. There we go. Alright, I found it. I think. Yes. Oh no, I'm in tournament announcements. What am I doing? I'm going to tournament info. Alright, so... like I mentioned with the group stage, I'll skip the group stage part because now we're on bracket stage. So how this works is any set, either in group stage or bracket stage, the Pilot's Challenge levels, which are Blood and Rust, Effect and Cause Part 2, and Beacon Part 2, are considered the starter maps. Any set is first played on one of the starter levels. The player designated with the higher seed bans one of those, and the player with the lower seed picks from the other two, and then that match is played out. After that, the rest of the map pool opens up, which consists of BT 7274, Abyss Part 1, Abyss Part 3, Effect and Cause Part 3, and the Fold Weapon. So those also go into the pool. In bracket stage, Beacon 3, Trial by Fire, and the Arc are also in there. In group stage, those three levels can only be played with a gentleman's agreement, which means both players have to agree to do so. And the Arc is removed from the pool in the top 8 matches in the finals. Or it means nothing. Right. I mean, these are all the names of the levels that if you ever do pick up this game, Caleb, and play it, you'll recognize it. I'm just kind of rattling off what's in the pool, because not every map is. So then, after the starter map is played, the player who won bans a map, and the losing player picks from any remaining map. The bans do not persist between rounds, so only one map is banned at any given time. And the same level may not be played twice in the same set. Alright. And that's the basics of it. And then because we're in best of 5 at this point, you just need to win 3 of the maps and you are considered the winner. Oh, this bracket talk is giving me flashbacks to the Battlefield 1 competitive. Yeah. And then, match reporting, both players must individually time their runs. This is an honor system, and you share with your opponent what your final run time is. If you do not finish, or your game crashes, or whatever, that's considered, if you either voluntarily do not finish, because you give up, or your game crashes, that's considered a DNF, or a did not finish penalty. That's considered an automatic loss. They said FT5, I see. Yeah, it's best of 5. At least for Simulacrum. We're only going to be talking about Simulacrum here mainly because that's the bracket that I'm in. And you are liable to be disqualified if you drag your feet on the matches. And recording your matches is not required, but is preferred in the event of any kind of potential results dispute. They do recommend recording them, but it is not required to do so. If your game crashes, it's kind of harsh. Yeah, but... for the most part, what the heck? Computer? Hello? What are you doing, computer? Why are you not full screening this? Hold on, chat. For some reason, my computer is not full screening Plague Inc. It's like my taskbar is still on the bottom of the screen. Hold on. At least from my point of view. When I try rebooting it. Come on, give me a... Sorry, chat. Pardon me a moment. There we go. Okay, that's better. Thank you. Pardon that brief interruption. Should have had better specs. Yeah. I'm just not sure why it suddenly did that when I tapped over to look at the tournament information, but it usually doesn't have... It usually is not the case, but... Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, Admiral, that can cause the game to crash, unfortunately, but the vast majority of it is avoidable. So that might be why they have a do not finish penalty for crashes. I'm not sure about the whole scope of that, but yeah, so the simian flu is based on the Planet of the Apes. Basically, the premise for this one is they're trying to do gene therapy research for Alzheimer's disease, and they're testing this virus on apes. And you don't get symptoms with this one. This disease type is really unique. Well, you do get symptoms to a degree, but it's unique compared to many of the others. And we've got some music. Yeah, and you can basically create intelligent apes with this one. Yeah, I would recommend going with the usual routine with, your infectivity. Basically, the virus escaped from the laboratory. Yeah, I'm only gonna get the first one of each of these because I want to save up enough DNA to unlock my ape characteristics. But I still want to be able to transmit before I get too much mutation going on. I still want to spread a decent bit before I start unleashing the apes. Already? 24 DNA points to devolve that? Yeah, maybe ape TP overdose. Monkey around. Yeah. Hopefully I can get enough infection I guess if you were really scummy and having a bad run, you could crash on purpose and get a redo. That's actually illegal, to my understanding, is if you're actively facing off against your opponent, you are not allowed to reset in an attempt to get a better run. You have to go one shot straight through. So even if your run is scummy, to my understanding, you are not allowed to reset and try to get a better run. You have to just kind of live with it. And adapt on the fly. I mean, that's kind of speedrunning in general, though. Yep, minor disease spreading. At this point, this is when you want to get your ape traits. And I'd go all the way up with detection first. And then also get your weapons characteristics before you get movement. And then the apes break out. And then you can get your logistics movement characteristics as soon as you get the DNA. Yeah, now you've got intelligent apes. And you can swap the worldview between humans and apes if you want, but you don't really need to do that. It's not really a thing that you need to worry about too much. Honor will always get you first place. Exactly. And that's why it's an honor system. So basically, don't be a dick, and if you do that, like, don't. You know what I'm trying to say, guys. And it's designed that way. Like, just be honest. If you fucked up and you gave up and discontinued, like, just. And there's been voluntary DNFs, plenty of them actually, that I've noticed, because I can see in the tournament results area, because the winner is supposed to post there with the results of both players and... You don't get salty. Exactly. Exactly. Yep, assassin combo, stealth. Yeah, what I'm trying to do right now is get that, like that zoonotic transmission to be able to transmit the simian flu back to humans, and, well, between apes and humans. Because that's going to increase the infection rate considerably. And that also helps me spread it to humans from my apes. Yeah, cure research is pretty sluggish right now. I'm trying to get as many people infected as possible. And then you can also see where new labs are being constructed. And you can have your apes go in and destroy those laboratories and slow them down. Yeah, I'm hoping to get my transmission up. Yeah, my infectivity's gotta go up. Oops. Yeah, see if I can get my transmission up. Yeah, and you'll get a little ping like that when a new lab comes out. Don't get salty and don't be like me and have a fear of monkeys! It's... yeah. Yep, and they're trying to target the apes, but because I've got Call of the Wild... yeah, and every time you destroy the labs, it sets them back on the cure research, but obviously only for so long. Yeah, you can use colonies to generate DNA, but you don't really need to usually. Or is there another lab? Spain. Spaniards. Yeah, the simian flu can sometimes be tricky because of, yeah, total brain death. Yeah, this one is harder a little bit. The mutation rate is pretty high compared to a lot of them. And unfortunately, it's the area that has creationist is taken over by the ape characteristics. Like the ape-specific ones, so it's difficult to control. Yeah, because normally it'd be under this category, but... Yeah, it is fun, though, because there is a symptom combo called Red Ape Redemption, and I hope we get it. It's really fun. This game has an unsettling atmosphere with its music and ambient noises. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? Let's try this one. I may bump the difficulty down to casual just for showcasing purposes. Yeah, tests a viral drug. Yeah, because I at least want to get through all the major disease types, even if we have to wait till next time to do scenario exploration. Already? I don't even have enough DNA to devolve this. Wow. Yeah, the simian flu mutates is even more prone to mutating than the necrovirus. It's kind of annoying. That really makes this one of the more difficult ones to play. I think for the sake of it, I'll try to devolve. And hope it doesn't immediately mutate again. It immediately remutates! Come on! Biological weapons expert! Yeah! Kinda. I don't know if I really want that title, but... How much does she lose, which is a good thing, I suppose. Come on! I'm just gonna let it run at this point. You forget her persistence. Yeah. Like happiness one with the worm. Oh yeah, that's a fun one. That is a fun one, Caleb. I know that one. I know exactly what you're talking about. Once we do the Shadow Plague, actually for speed purposes, we'll do the Shadow Plague on casual, so then we have time to get to the happiness one. Trust me, Admiral, it's fun. That one's actually fun. It's actually one of the few scenarios in this game that's not bad. In some manner. You're basically trying to infect the world with happiness because, you know, everybody's all doom and gloom. They're all sad. They're all wearing gray all the time. I like being happy. See? Yeah. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. All right. So let's. Oh, I don't have any apes getting there yet. I don't have ape travel. Want to get the transmission. Jeez. Oh, they're setting up more labs. I could destroy this one, though. Oh, there's no apes? Oh, because usually if there's a green border, that means there's apes in that country. Yeah, there we go. Now we have the ability to move them around. Oh, they were unsuccessful. Oh, were they all killed or something? Like, what's going on? Oh, yeah, maybe they're just... Maybe I need to send in some reinforcements. There we go. Oh, of course, they always manipulate your genes. Oh, there's no, There we go. Yep, Red Ape Redemption. Give billions of people disease to persevere. Yep, apes learn to steal guns and use them whilst riding on horseback to terrifying effect. Significantly increases combat abilities. Like I said, fear of apes. Yeah. Yeah, this one can be trickier to transmit because of that early mutation issue. I'm sure I forget how I usually manipulate this. Because the apes can obviously infect the people. I'm just trying to think. Looking for the sheriff outfit. Yeah. Yeah, it's just because of the total brain death that... Let me look at my traits again. See if I can manipulate this. Arrow sight, ion deficit. Yeah, maybe reduce the research rate. Let's try this.
Flight 291 is now boarding. All passengers, please proceed to gate 4.
I am stubborn! I'll make one more attempt at this, and then we'll move on to the Shadow Plague. Well, actually, for the sake of time, I'll go ahead and just run it on casual, because I want you guys to see the ending for it. And like I said, for the Shadow Plague, we'll do the same thing, for the sake of time. Otherwise, I usually play on normal. Sometimes I mess around, because there's cheats in this game that you can play with, too, if you want. It's kind of goofy sometimes to play with that, just to play with the cheats.
Flight 291 is now boarding. All passengers, please proceed to gate 4.
Yeah, so for the sake of time. Because I pretty much got to get to bed right away tonight because I have to get up early tomorrow morning. So that's why I want to... I have a mild time limit here today, but not a significant one. Alright, so I've got the transmissibility up. Hopefully I can infect a bunch more people before I get found out. Let's see how much more spread I can get. For a while. Sadness, salt, yeah. But there will be fun facts every single day, guys. I've got a fun facts video planned every day while I am on vacation, so you guys won't miss me too much, hopefully. I mean, you can miss me all you want, I don't... You guys are all in my thoughts while I'm on vacation, so... I just need to get out of Dodge, you know? We all need to get out of Dodge sometimes. And this is William Vernon Nova. Yeah, I need a break from society because society sucks. Society sucks, chat. Sometimes. Actually, often. More often than I would care to admit. Alright, let's get that transmission between apes and humans. Yeah, that's definitely proving to work better. Yeah, there's no apes there, so I can't use my thing. Yeah, that was definitely the right move. Are there apes in this lab? Oh, there's more than one. There are apes there. Yeah, I may have to move some in. Yeah, if I have to devolve total brain death, I will, because I don't want that until the world's infected, because then I can actually get stuff, I can actually, you know, kill everybody. Now this is going better. I mean, I know we're on casual, but, like I said, it's only for the sake of time. Oh, I have to devolve that stat because I'm not ready for that one yet. And the removes your casual difficulty in other decisions. I can't leave. My cows won't let me. No. But I do know I have beaten this. On my iPad, I've got records of, like, I've beaten this scenario on Brutal. I've beaten all the plague types on Brutal, except the Shadow Plague. So I know it can be done. It's just a matter of I'm not sure what the execution is. That's the part that I'm having issues with. Is what was my execution to beat this on... Yeah, yep, there's Red Ape Redemption. Sweden's getting infected. Canada is struggling. What can I do to get Canada infected? Yeah, they're struggling right now. So I can try to increase that infectivity rate. Because Canada, I'm pretty sure, is the only real country that can do research at this point, because they're the only one that's got healthy people. Yeah, Canada's kind of going back and forth. And I can't devolve total brain death because I don't have enough... I don't have enough DNA to do so. Yeah, I'm trying to bolster their infection, but they are resisting it pretty hard, and I've got cold level 2. I guess I may have to get some colonies to generate DNA, but I don't even have enough points to do that. No. Whatever. We're gonna move on. I want to do the Shadow Plague, because the Shadow Plague is fun. Yeah, the Shadow Plague, this one's actually fun. So this one is very unique. It's probably the most unique of all the traits. And there's actually a trick to this one. You start with a vampire. It's interesting because you are not susceptible to the cure until you evolve Shadow Blessing. I struggled with this one for a really long time. I'm like, what the hell am I doing wrong? But it turns out I was evolving Shadow Blessing right at the start, and that is a trap. Do not do that. Even though you do not have any of your transmissions without it, you want to bank up your DNA before you do that. So the best thing to do is just to kind of move around, use your blood rage to kill people until you build up your DNA. And they have no... I mean, they live, it's just... all the hosts are dead, so I can't really do much. And then the Templar come out, and they try to eradicate you. You want to take these guys down as quickly as possible because they will contribute a lot to the cure research. And typically one of the best things you want to do is take out the island countries and any rich countries that you're able to. So that's what I'm going to do to build up my DNA before I start attacking the Templar bases. I'm going to try and max out my Blood Rage power before I start attacking them, so then I can knock them all out. And then they don't have any defenses, the little bat. Yep, he can turn into a bat and he can move elsewhere. Yeah, so my typical route is usually start in Greenland, go to Iceland, and take out the Nordic countries. Or as much of them as I need until I get my Blood Rage maxed out. You could technically kill the entire world with your Blood Rage, but that is going to take a considerable amount of time. Like, you don't technically need the Shadow Plague at all, but that's boring, and we're not going to do that today, so I don't want to bore you guys. Alright, so I've got enough DNA to start taking down the Templar because I've maxed out my, my stuff. So what I'm gonna do is this. Yep, Norway's gone. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fly to Ukraine and I'm gonna start a Blood Rage, and then I'm gonna destroy the Templar base. But there are survivors that have critical knowledge that will help fight the vampire later. And the sooner you take them out, actually, the better off you'll be, because they will get stronger over time if you do not kill them. And they will become almost impossible to destroy after a certain point if you don't destroy them in a certain amount of time. So as soon as they spawn, you want to try and take them out. And they also contribute a lot to the cure research as well once you do start unleashing it on humanity. So that's another reason you want to take them out as quickly as you can. Alright, now I'm gonna heal with my Blood Rage because I have an ability that allows me to do so. And then fly down to New Zealand and knock out that last Templar base. Alright, they are gone. I'm gonna start another Blood Rage and just build up my DNA. Yeah, the fandom wiki page actually recommends that you build up your DNA before you start infecting everybody, because then you have a significant advantage. So we're gonna be here for a minute. I'm gonna bank up like 200 some DNA just so that I have enough to work with, because like the Neurax worm, you subjugate humanity, but in a different way. It causes this mass psychosis that causes people to go on a bloody rampage in the vampire's favor. Yep, and New Zealand is destroyed. So I'm just gonna bump to Australia and start a Blood Rage there for a little bit. And bank up a little bit more DNA. Like I said, about 200, 250. 300 is kind of the max. You don't need that much, but we'll aim for like 200 or so. Yeah, and that strategy has definitely worked. It is very effective. It's just kind of hilarious how you're immune to being cured until you actually evolve Shadow Blessing. That was my biggest surprise. Yeah, maybe we'll actually go for like 250, just so that we can get a little bit more. Plus, we can get Australia basically knocked out by doing that. And we get enough DNA from the Blood Rage. It's racking up pretty quickly. I'd imagine this probably slows down on the higher difficulties, but yeah, we're building it up pretty fast. And you can also create more vampires, chat. There's a specific trait in the symptom tree that lets you create additional vampires. Alright, let's go. And that's this one right here. It kills about 700 million people on average, but then a new vampire will spawn. Yeah, I usually go for level 1 in, like, everything. And then get the, And without Shadow Blessing, you can't get the transmission traits on this part either. So then, because we have some extra, because we've got the subjugation, the Shadow Slaves, we can get some additional transmission traits to help with the spread. And as you can see, it's almost instantaneous, the infection. Yeah, and then the slaves will wage war in your favor. No one's heard of avoiding mistakes as a cure. Yeah, and obviously as you... Yeah, and you can also get your lab... They're also going to build labs to try and cure you. And the game will tell you that the plague struggles to spread in harsher climates, but honestly, that's not really an issue. And you can infect the area, and your slaves will take down the labs for you. Yeah, they'll attack the labs on your behalf. Oh, I'm like just there. Yeah, and the range is a little bit ambiguous sometimes as far as what you can reach. And obviously as you infect the world, the cure research speed slows down because the slaves are in favor of you. And research is banned, and science is banned. Yeah, and the US gets infected pretty much immediately. Most countries do. Because of the traits that I have that allows it to spread as fast as it is. So let me show you guys spawning a new vampire. So you evolve this trait, Vampiric Awakening. And then it searches for a host. Like I said, it kills about 700 million people. So to speed up that process, you want to make sure you have lots of people infected. And if you've got any... Oh, there's another one. There he is. He does have to heal, though. But you know, you can just use your Blood Rage and knock him out. Yes, you can have multiple vampires running around the world. If you lose your last vampire, the game is over, so make sure you are protecting them. Especially if you're down to your last one. Yeah, the game will fail if you lose your last vampire, especially before you've started spreading the Shadow Plague. Yep, there we go. Yep, enslaved the world. Alright, now let's go for that official scenario, the, Santa's little helper. Yeah, we're just gonna play on casual because... for the sake of time. Fun has been eradicated! Why? Why has fun been eradicated from the world? Happy people will want to infect others and are there less likely to work on a cure. Worms develop telepathic abilities which help them locate humans that are sad, lonely, and uninfected. Ugh. No plan to end the fun ban. Yeah, I'm gonna start getting a couple of the transmission traits. But yeah, all the stuff starts out closed. I think it's when you get the symptoms that you start being able to unlock the transmissions. Or like the ability to start moving around, like worlds. Oh, or like, oh yeah, let's maybe unlock the borders and the airports and stuff. So. I'm pretty sure that's how this one works. It's been a while since I've played it, so... Alright, so from here on, I'm gonna just let it run. Alright, is all of Saudi Arabia... Okay, all of Saudi Arabia. The anti-fun team. Yeah, and now we're able to, yep, increase control over the brain. Happy selfies. Yep, here we go. Overwhelmed by joy and happiness due to Eczema 3. No cure research is happening. People in the Middle East are curious about what's going on. Yeah, let's keep it rolling. And being happy makes them enjoy life more. This is fun. Yeah, this one is fun. Manipulation of the hypothalamus lets host understand how happiness can transform people's lives. They often refuse to work on the cure. And this disease in your stream transmitted it. Admiral. Anandamide tap. Happiness actively resists cure development. What's this? And now we can have some fun. Random country as a present. Charter planes use them to deliver Neurox worms as presents all around the world. And then you can have surprise delivery as well. Leave ahead of schedule. They fly more frequently. More can be delivered at once. Go to Greenland! Australia starts to work on a cure for Eczema 3. Well, you're not going to be able to do that for very long. Oh yeah, a famous man with a white beard comes out of retirement to fly the gift planes. Normal life in UK is becoming much happier. Some people are saying Eczema 3 shouldn't be cured. A famous reindeer flies ahead of gift planes using his red nose to help them navigate around bad weather. This is fun. This one is really fun, guys. Yeah, this one is very, let's just do prisons. More presents! Already dangerous! Governments are warning it could become unstoppable. Egypt is leading the global cure effort! Let's make them happy and then they won't do that. This is fun. Yep, and then there's more. Again with the cold! And turn right to camouflage themselves against the snow. Genome fully sequenced. Boo! Lame. Lame. We need happiness. It's so big, I imagine bumping people's skulls through habit. Yeah, probably. Egypt, stop researching the cure. You're too happy. You're too happy. Protests against the cure in Russia. Cure sabotage in Ukraine. Hey. This one came out around the holidays, I think, actually. Yay! Living in eternal happiness. Have a great holiday.
Everyone is now boarding. All
Yep, that's fun. That one's fun.
passengers to gate 4.
Alright, chat. Well, I am gonna have to leave off there. It's been a great time playing Plaguing for the first time. There's tons and tons of other stuff that we can play through. A lot of the scenarios. We can explore Cure Mode. Yeah, there's tons and tons of stuff that we can do for Plaguing. I gotta head out for now, though. I will catch you guys when I get back from vacation.